Down with David Njoroge, who's the chairman, Road Safety Association of Kenya. What are your concerns in regard to the policies, regulations, and laws that govern us on our roads in this country? And what do you think ought to be changed when it comes to how we approach achieving road safety in this country? You have a voice that is very powerful this morning. The only way you can be part of the conversation instantly is first on our WhatsApp number that is at the bottom or top of your screen at this very minute, and also on our social media platforms where we're very active and live on Facebook at Lookup TV, on Twitter at Lookup TV, at Doris Anki, hashtag The Morning Drift, and of course this is the Arrive Alive. Now let's take a look at what exactly is going on in this country in regards to policies that for a fact are important and have a great impact on road safety. But first, meet my guests. Karibu sana.
Asante, thank you very much.
How are you?
Very much fine. Yes.
It's good to have you.
Thank you.
And Kenyans are waiting to hear from you.
Thank you very much.
So first, I will allow you the honor to say good morning to them back at home, and probably they can now feel like you have opened the platform for their questions.
Thank you.
Karibu.
Morning, viewer. I appreciate, first of all, my name. I'm David Njoroge Kiari. I'm the chairperson, Road Safety Association of Kenya. Yeah.
All right, sir. The fact that you are talking about an association, you know, first we'd like to know what the association entails and what you people do on the ground.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me say the association, our work is to make sure that our roads are safe. We make sure that if it is these policies, what are they done, what is supposed to be done, we advise the government, like we did great when NTSA was being formed. We were trying to advise the government that we needed an authority which will oversee everything to do with safety on our country. And good luck, they listened to us. Amazing. And we were given NTSA.
Amazing.
Yeah, sure.
So there was a voice that actually made NTSA bust.
Yeah, sure.
So we appreciate that. And I'm really curious, if you are older than NTSA, then how old are we looking at the association? How old is the association?
Let me say from 2002. That is when we formed the association. So, and we've been trying because you see, we lose our people. So
thousands.
The association is to make sure that what can we do, what can be done to save these lives. And that is our main concern.
I'm sorry, sir, if I'm going to delve deeper a lot more into the association, because it's important for the viewer to understand why you're here and in what capacity. I'm looking at the stakeholders and members of the association. Who are we looking at?
Let me say we have a variety of big number of members, and particularly we were concentrating on cooperatives to join the association. We have some banks which support us. We have the stakeholders like Matatu. We have those border borders. We have these long distance drivers. Now we try to get all the stakeholders so that we have members. So the time we discuss about safety, we are talking about everything which entails to our roads.
Amazing. Allow me to start from the note of the fuel crisis, and now they call it fuel reprieve. Did it hit you at any point? What did the association pick from, you know, I would call it a wake-up call, just a week or few days that Kenyans actually felt it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Let me say, I think this thing hit, everybody was hit by the situation which was there. And it was not a very good situation, and it is sad because it's part of what we've been complaining in this country. We have so many cartels who want to make more money than anybody else. Because now when you talk at it, it was about Russia and Ukraine, and we know very well that Kenya, there are no sanctions in this country. So we can get what we need from Russia and Ukraine. So when they say that it's the war, I think something, but the same, my Kenya, the country I love, but we have so many corrupt people in this country.
All right.
And cartels. That is all the problem. Somebody somewhere have made billions somewhere.
So as others were suffering, somebody was making
billions.
We have seen the president's action.
Yeah.
You know, we are going past the, you know, the damage that has been done, and we're looking at now. They're saying there's fuel in different other stations today. Other fuel stations, however, are still giving you a maximum of 2,000 shillings in your tank. Are there policies that are supposed to be governing this situation as we're speaking? Because we've seen the president give about 34.4 billion shillings now to cushion Kenyans.
I think because he signed this thing yesterday, I think by today, this problem will be solved.
All right.
And he said it very clear that those cartels, because it's for sure we had fuel in this country, but some people had just wanted at least the price to go up, all these things. People want to make more money. So the fact is that there's no fuel which has come from Ukraine or from Russia when the president talked. So this fuel was still in this country. So.
But the question is, why did it take him so long?
Sometimes I believe we have a problem with the advisors.
Okay.
That's what I believe.
All right.
Because even on our sector, road safety, we still have that problem with those people who advise our president. Because most of these things, the president, unless there is the outcry of people, but they are the people who advise the president. Even on our sector, they have really failed us. This is where you see in Kenya, we are losing so many lives. Because like a very good example, somebody just went to the president, convinced the president that NTSA are supposed to be removed from the road because there are more accidents. But they did not go to the figures. It's showing that when NTSA was there, every year we were decreasing the number.
Okay.
Now from that time, the number has gone up.
Again.
Very high. So those people who are advising our president, I don't know, there is a problem there.
When you speak about advising the president, we always look at policies as part of governance, very vital and very critical.
Let me tell you, in Kenya we have many policies. Even now we have policies about the fuel. We have
yes.
Yeah, we have these policies, but who follow these policies? Who is supposed to make sure that the implementation is there? Who is that person? That is a person maybe who is making this money or who is making a kill. And he's the one who is supposed to make sure that enforcement is there. So it's the big shot, big people. It's not those people who are selling this fuel in the petrol station, no.
Right.
They are the policy makers. Those are the people, that is where we have a problem.
When you say that is where we have a problem, I want you to bring us, you know, up to speed again. You say there are the big shots in this, you know, field that might be making, you know, quite some. And you're saying it's the policy maker. You know, once you say that, I'm seeing a very big problem because we rely on these policies for sustainable mobility. So identifying this problem, what then? What next?
Let me say, I think this problem will be solved because Kenyans now know the truth. That is the beauty of it, and that is why you see now the government came in after we realized that this shortage is not coming from Ukraine and
it was an artificial crisis.
Some people somewhere are creating it so that they make money. This is normal in this country. You see, even when there is any shortage of anything, that is exactly what happens.
Mr. Njoroge, I want us to go into details on what are the laid policies, if you have any in your mind right now, that govern the fuel situation in the country, that for a long time, probably with the association, you've noticed lack of implementation or discord in rather the enforcement and evaluation.
Let me say we even have bodies which govern this fuel situation. We have bodies.
You want to mention a few?
Yeah. So, and what I want to tell you is that whatever happens, these policies are never followed. And not only about fuel. I'm talking even on our side, when I'm talking about road safety.
Okay.
We have so many policies. And the people who make these policies, who are supposed to make sure that the implementation or enforcement is followed, it is not at all followed. Who are supposed to be enforcing? Now, when we talk of fuel shortage, who are these people? Who import this fuel in the first place? Who import this fuel? where is the fuel? Where are we getting this fuel from? Why do we have it now when the president signed? Why? Where was it? Those are the questions we should ask ourselves.
All right.
That there are people somewhere, seated somewhere, planning all these shortages you see. And as I told you,
yes,
we have enough policies.
Okay.
About even governing this fuel and all this, how the oil will come from this country, it has a policy. How it will reach the fueling station. We have all those, but who follows that? Who is enforcing? We don't have an enforcer.
All right, and I want to also hear from the viewer watching this morning. Do you agree with the Dr. Mr. Njoroge, right here on set, who is the chairman at the Road Safety Association of Kenya, saying we have great policies even around the fuel, issue, but we lack enforcement, evaluation, following up, and monitoring of those particular policies. And of course, I want to appreciate Sami Kip Kosgei saying, I'm watching live from Kapsabet, Kimam. Thank you very much. And of course, Edgar Handsome Wanyahururu, as always, I appreciate your presence on social media. Joyce Kimari saying, drifting from South Africa. And Frederick Flavio Dongo is saying, as fuel crisis is concerned, as far as fuel crisis is concerned, I'm really worried with my country. Kwani ile tuliambiwa inachimbwa Turkana ni maziwa. Yeah, this is also a Kenyan, and he's watching, and that is Frederick Flavio Dongo saying, as far as fuel crisis is concerned, I'm really worried with my country. Kwani ile tuliambiwa inachimbwa Turkana ni maziwa. Maybe you want to respond to that particular...
Let me tell the gentleman that it is true. We were told there was fuel in Achimbwa and the companies went. We don't know what went. That information I don't have. But the fact is that in Kenya, we are buying, the fuel in Kenya is more expensive than even in Uganda.
Yes.
And the fuel which goes to Uganda passes through this country.
Interesting.
So this is what I'm telling you is the cartel in between. Because how then? This fuel come through this country, and when you go to Uganda, you get it cheaper than where this fuel is coming before it goes to Uganda. So there is a lot of cartel in this sector of oil. And I think time has come. I think the president said yesterday. I think these cartels now, they must be named. We need to know who are these people who are controlling fuel in this country.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And that will be the solution if we know them.
So you're actually agreeing with me, therefore, that there is a wake-up call for Kenyans. But I want us to take a short breather. People now been throwing a lot of memes, let's say, and a lot of funny videos on TikTok, either borrowed from across the globe, and just an easy moment you are watching #The Morning Drift. This really fascinated me. I really had a good laugh, and I want to take a look at this video of, well, you don't need fuel anymore. If that is ready, this should actually make your morning. Take a look. All right, that was a very short clip. I believe it made your day. It did make my day. I am looking at a skater here, and he's hanging on to this track. And I wanted to ask you, sir, if you have seen such things happening on the road. You have, cyclists hanging onto a track. We have had people sit on top of tracks. You are under road safety, and I don't know if you pick these things once in a while, and what you have to say about such incidents.
It is very dangerous, very, very dangerous. But Kenya is another country. Remember somebody hanging on a chopper, and you can imagine it's going on up there, and you can imagine what can happen. So it is very dangerous because anything can happen. That person can lose his life, or he can be maimed forever.
What actions do you guys take as an association? I wanted to show you one where there is a donkey, you know, moving with a van. So I think that's going to come in shortly.
Now, with this now, unless we do what we call civic education, we need to educate our people. What dangers are there?
Yes, yes, yes.
Because the police are not everywhere. And also, even if it is NTSA, even us, we are not everywhere. But now, we need to sit as a country. We need to educate our people. Civic education is very important because long time ago, people used to be educated about road safety.
Oh, you're talking about a long time
A
ago.
long time ago.
So
But
where's the
this
disconnect?
curriculum, we don't know what happened now. And it should go back to primary, whereby somebody is taught about road safety. What is road safety? There's a lot towards road safety.
Okay.
How you can close the road, how you can behave when you find a driver is drunk, how you can behave to save somebody's life. Or all these people needs to be educated.
All right, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at, of course, our driving schools. I'm looking at road safety experts. I'm looking at the association. And allow me to read this. Hazard Simiyu is saying, locked in from Kajiado. Much appreciated. Edwin Kipkirui, great to read from you, saying, government interventions must always be late so Kenyans can beg and gnash their teeth. You know, and saying, okay, first it was fertilizer, then fuel. Interventions always come late so that Kenyans feel indebted to the authorities and the government. It's really sad. And that's what I was asking
very
you.
sad, yeah.
Why did it take so much time for a particular asset? You know, just making this clear and cushioning Kenyans all enough. I was actually asking myself how much, you know, damage had happened within, whether it's 3 days, 5 days, or a week before action was taken.
It's a very big damage.
Okay.
And as the viewer is saying there, it's a very sad situation that always this country, our government will react when things have already happened.
All right.
Because I don't know why it took this long for our president to talk. I don't know what was happening because these are things the outcry was there. But some things, you know, now we can't talk much about our president. He's the CEO of this country.
All right.
But I think we would like him to understand that his people are failing him because they should have advised him earlier and before.
Okay.
So that he would even advise Kenyans on what to do. Because I'm telling you, and as I repeat again, we did not have any crisis. This is something which was created so that people make money.
All right, I'm glad that you're the chairman of the Road Safety Association of Kenya, talking about civic education and saying that there was need to actually talk to Kenyans. I believe mentioning that our president is the CEO of this country, and I know he's watching, His Excellency. It's good to have you watch the Morning Drift this very hour. There is need, like you said. Kenyans, if we went out to do Vox Pops, would tell us they don't really understand what's going on. Yeah. A lot of speculation and miscommunication also running through social media as well. You are very vital. I don't know if you check information as well, and when it goes around social media in regards to road safety, is this something the association also monitors?
We do monitor a lot because you cannot discuss about road safety if you don't monitor and know what is happening in this area or all over this country.
Yes.
So, but what I want to tell you, as I had told you,
yes,
about implementation of our policies, because like now, a good example, how do we educate our people, particularly when we are talking about road safety? This should start from even the driving school itself. But you see an expose which was there the other day, whereby you can get a license even without going to school. So these are some of the things which we must make sure that are not happening. Yeah, because it was an expose by an international media. And you can imagine, in our own country, so we have so many drivers on our road who never went to school. So what do you expect from there? It's just death and maiming our people.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I like that you're very, key on, talking to driving schools and civic education being the heart maybe of what the association is pushing as their objective. Allow me to read another comment here by Joyce Kimari saying, who are these cartels? You remember mentioning earlier there are cartels. Joyce Kimari is watching from South Africa. So she's pretty much echoing what you said. Who are these cartels? Why can't they be named? All right, the common mwananchi is the one suffering. We need to say no to corruption. Let's not say that Kenya is another country. We need to get it right. Again, I'll read that again. Joyce Kimari's comment saying, who are these cartels? Why can't they be named? The common mwananchi is the one suffering. We need to say no to corruption. Let's not say that Kenya is another country. We need to get it right. The association, of course, you mentioned, number one, you are aware that there are cartels.
Yeah.
Number two, you are fully aware that there is corruption.
Yeah.
I read one of the tweets talking about bribery going on and such a menace.
Yeah.
I don't know what you have put on the ground.
I want to give you an example.
Yes.
It is even very dangerous in this country if you mention those cartels, because they will get after you. Just the expose of BBC, it was very clear. Some people in inspection centers who just get money and let a vehicle pass without going for inspection.
Okay.
But after that, what happened later? Nothing happened. So who are supposed to take that action? Nobody took any action. It was just a story. And everything is going on. So the cartels are known. But who is that person who is going to name those cartels? Sometimes even you fear. Because like, for instance, when we did that clip, BBC interviewed me. And I told them, it is true. In Kenya, you can drive a vehicle without even going to school. It is true, a vehicle can go through. And they did it practically. They went, they got the license, they took a vehicle to inspection. All these things happened, and it was in the media. And nothing has happened. Up to date. So now it is us as the association now, and this is action we are taking. We had given them up 2 weeks. If they don't act, now we have to go to court. We don't have an alternative because we cannot continue seeing this, our people dying on our roads. So we must agree to talk. Everybody must say something. We don't have to keep quiet. If you see such things happening, and as the viewer asked, why are we not mentioning their names? So the time is coming whereby even those cartels, they should know that there is that time coming that they will be known what they are doing to Kenyans. Because many people are suffering because of them.
All right.
Yeah.
Now, an international credible TV station aired the Killer Roads Kenya. Actually, they called it Kenya Killer Roads. And of course, by now he has mentioned to you that particular international broadcast television. But we're coming in shortly after the break. Please send in your concerns. I'm seated here with Mr. Njoroge, who is the chairman of the Road Safety Association of Kenya, talking out very clearly, saying he gave his sentiments on the killer roads, but nothing yet in regards to, of course, as far as implementation is concerned, has been done. There seems to be not light at the end of the tunnel. But you're the Kenyan watching this morning. What are your concerns, perspectives, and where do you sit when it comes to this discussion? I'm coming in shortly still after the break with the Arrival Live.
Please make those payments and take dinner out the freezer. Enjoy your day off.
Hey.
How was your day?
Great.
Did you pay the bills?
Abby did it.
And the plumber?
Abby did it.
Send money to your mom?
Abby did it.
Who's Abby?
Bank on WhatsApp with Abby, your 24/7 digital personal banker. Another digital innovation that gets things done. That's Africanacity. That's ABSA.
Did you take dinner out the freezer?
Want to grow your business? Broadcast your sermon, share birthday wishes, make funeral announcements, produce adverts and documentaries? Then book and advertise with us today by calling us on +254 700 893 542.
700 893 542.
Or email us on sales@luke-up.tv.
Yeah.
Are
Are you looking to turn your passion to purpose? Vera Beauty and Fashion College now brings you online classes at the comfort of your home. We are a TVET-approved institution with over 20 years experience in training competency-based courses in fashion design and creative arts, cosmetology, hairdressing, beauty therapy, interior design in soft furnishings, event decoration and flower arrangement, hospitality and catering, and training of trainers. To enroll, call us today on 0704 577 577 or visit our website at www.verabeautycollege.com. Vera Beauty and Fashion College, a center of excellence.
Help me identify a beautiful womb. I never came across one till I got to Vera.
Sasa hizi maneno umejifunga juu kwa smartphone na venye sasa unakaa.
Yaani mwenyewe huwezi understand fashion yangu nikikwambia.
Shenzi sana.
Oh, wewe aje hapo niwekewe chai, ukunywe uende job. Utaki kuambiwa makosa yako yenye unafanya kwa hii nyumba. Hata te yenyewe ukunywe. Wanaume, mbona hamna roho ya utu?
Mbona unanikatia simu? Labda mimi nashangaa na wewe. Mimi ndo tajiri yako na unanikatia simu. Kijana anafanya bila nata. Vijana wa siku hizi, vichwa ngumu, vichwa marengi kabisa. Asiki. Unaona wewe unakosea mimi heshima na hiyo. Unaona mambo yako? Wewe nafuta wewe kazi. Leo ulali kwangu leo.
Mzee,
leo ulali.
Miezi nilivuta kazi hapa hivi kama hajanipatia pesa yangu. Okay, madam niletee chicken teriyaki. Hope kuna shida.
Yes, mimi ni sonko lakini ni sonko msoto my friend. Afadhali niwaambie ukweli.
Yesu alisema injili ile ambayo itasababisha Yesu arudi ikihubiriwa ni injili ya ufalme. Come on. Watu wengine mnanitazama, wewe peke yako ndiwe umeokoka kwenu. Hivyo ni kusema you are your family's destiny rescuer. You see, when God wants to favor you, he gives you a unique gift. Hiyo favor Pastor Ruben anaongea, mtu anawezaje pata favor kama hiyo? Ndio unaona hata our money and our resources are limited, maana maono yetu ni limited to our vision. Niko hapa kukuambia kwa neno la Bwana, how can you be sleeping at a time like this?
Welcome back. We are glad you are still watching The Arrive Alive right here on #TheMorningDrift. Just having an in-depth conversation right here with the chairman of the Road Safety Association of Kenya, Mr. Njoroge, talking about then how long does it take, to actually implement policies which so far are ranked as some of the best policies in the African continent rather, or even somehow in the world, and also looking at investigative issues, of course, that concern road safety that take quite some time to get to conclusive, stages. And of course, welcome back. Talk to us on Facebook at Look Up TV. And just to read something, in 2018, there was some research that showed in countries with weak enforcement of traffic regulations, drivers who adopt excessively risky behavior put other drivers, passengers, and pedestrians in danger. Now in Kenya, about 13,500 people died due to accidents on the road in 2018. I have a feeling that there's more. And of course that are either not reported or not accounted for in this research. And of course 28 road deaths per 100,000 people. Either way, one life is a big deal as we are speaking. And welcome back, sir, on set. Talking about, you being featured in that particular investigative, Killer Roads feature that was internationally aired in one of the credible TV or broadcast televisions in the UK. We are seeing you talking about lack of action because you're saying this is already an investigation, but the reports you have still dictate that investigations are underway.
Thank you. And let me tell you, you talked about 2018.
Yes,
I want to talk about last year. We lost 4,500 people. This is a record reported by the government.
Okay.
But our association, we know we had lost 5,200 because normally the government does not count those who die in the hospital.
Okay.
And later people die, but they only count the people who die on the road. Now you can imagine 4,500 people. And we had 16,000 people who will never walk again, who are injured permanently, 16,000. Now you can imagine that figure.
Yes.
And this is why we were trying to there was a lockdown.
Yes, there was.
So many vehicles were not on the road. And having reached that number, you can imagine if there was no lockdown, then we'll be talking about 10,000 plus people dead on our roads. So what we are saying is this. For instance, like now what BBC, the private eye, what the investigation they did, it would have been a call-up to make
an awakening call?
an awakening call so that people will wake up and see there's something here which need to be done.
Okay.
But instead of that thing awakening us, now it is a blame game. You carry, you are the one who went to BBC, you wanted to expose us. Now, when are we going to solve our problem? And don't forget, before BBC even came, I had gone and exposed these things. I took my own lorry there, which had no brakes and nothing, and with 6,000 shillings, it was given a sticker. But when I complained, what they did, the action they took is to transfer the officers who are in that station to another station. But now you can imagine, whatever BBC had exposed, it was very clear. They had even the individuals who are doing these things. But what did the NTSA tell us? That now they are starting to do their own investigation. This is a cover-up. So it means these corrupt deals which are done at the lower level, it means that the people who are above there are involved. They are getting something. They get that money. Because you can imagine how many vehicles pass through inspection every day. And if every vehicle is giving 6,000, how much money is that? Then what does that tell you? That this is deep. Corruption is deep. And who are the people who are involved? They are the senior most guys. And that is where I told you now. From this clip, we are not going to discuss. We want to follow the senior most people. Now we have to take them to court. Because first of all, they have to tell us why didn't they take any action? Because if you say, even we were expecting that they were going to suspend these people as they do their investigation. And as we had discussed about policies, when we come to road safety, there are so many policies. Look at the number of people who are dying. Riders, these are boda boda. How many are they dying? How many of them are dying? How many? Every hospital today has a ward of these boda boda guys. 2018, Michuki came up with a task force. They spent a lot of money and they came up with the policies to be followed. But none was followed. Those policies were put under the table. Now, when something happened and you saw what happened with the boda boda when they mistreated a foreigner lady, that is the time again they started talking about the policies. So we wait till something happened and then we start discussing about these policies. Come to driving schools, we have policies. We came up with even a curriculum so that a driver trained in Nairobi, the way he's trained in Nairobi, and the same training is happening in Mombasa. These things are not followed. We have schools. Our own schools are the ones which are colliding with these people, and then they give the licenses. So that's why I'm telling you, everything here, we are surrounded by money. But this tama of this money is what is killing our people.
And of course, I see a lot of people agreeing with you that corruption is deep-rooted in matters road safety. Just allow me to, pick a few, feedback from Facebook. And of course, Edwin Kipkirui, just watching, and thank you very much, Tony Blair saying, that is Tony Blair, Orina, saying good morning, Anki, hashtag Kisumu tuned. Are you experiencing the same issues in Kisumu when it comes to road safety? And of course, Edwin Kipkirui again saying, Kenya's tax regime is the biggest problem. It is not consumer friendly, like in the case of petrol. Why overtax the commodity and later give subsidies for the same commodity? He's saying that's astonishing.
Yeah.
All right, I don't know if you have any comments on that aspect. I know you will not touch
Yeah.
that, but it is still the question of what is actually going on when it comes to tax-related commodities. Muhia Wakandara saying Kandara Town well represented. Thank you very much. Chris Wesa Amayai saying watching from Kawangware, Salimia Faith Ann. Okay, Faith Ann umesalimika. Joyce Kimari saying it's very sad that such an expose is aired internationally and authorities do nothing. The transport minister, if there is any, but of course we have a transport minister.
We have.
Okay, should have taken action. If he or she has a heart for the country, action should have been taken immediately. Mr. Njoroge's association should start and or continue to be the voice of the people. Probably the authorities will listen. I don't know what then would be your comment on, you know, the three comments that I have read. One, someone has talked about corruption going as deep as tax, and of course, Joyce talking about, you know, taking action as your, you know, as your association. Yes.
Now, I think we are left with no any other alternative. We have to take action because we cannot see this. This cannot continue.
So the action you're saying is moving to the judiciary corridor.
Now we have to go to the judiciary corridor because now you can imagine we are talking of last year. Do you know COVID? For the 3 years we have been with COVID, we have not lost as many people as road safety in a year because the number of COVID, as we were told, is about 5,000. But now you can imagine in a year we are losing that 5,000 on road carnage. Yes. And when we are talking of road carnage, we only talk of those people who die, but we forget about those people who will never be able to walk again, those people who will never go to work again. And that is why you saw somebody like Richard Chacha. Yes. We were with him in that clip. Yes, yes. He was a journalist, but today he cannot do his own things. He has to be pushed. He has to depend on other people. And this is exactly what is happening. So if this association will keep quiet, I want to tell you, we will have so many crying Kenyans. Right. So we have to make sure, because we have tried, we have written enough letters. Today we have CS, who is transport, and he has no voice. We have never heard him, not even one time. Now we have, he left everything to NTSA, and that is where now corruption is there, full corruption. Because I was not expecting that clip to be aired and then we continue discussing the same. In fact, I was expecting the following day, all those people will be suspended. But now what are they talking about? We are investigating these school, driving schools. What investigation? What other investigations are there? And the investigations were done thoroughly. And even those people were mentioned.
Okay. And I want us to have you guys, you know, back on set. You do know that we have had NTSA on set before, and I know Mr. Samuel is watching as well. They're also tweeting at Lookup TV, at Mathri Roots, at Road Alerts KE, and we want to conclude this discussion. It's a very short session, but like we have been saying, is it an eye-opener, therefore? And when we get these wake-up calls, how long does it take, therefore, to take action for the sake of that one Kenyan life to be saved on the road? Talk to me at Lookup TV, but of course, as we wrap up, I'm going to ask you one question. We've had lawyers, lawmakers on set, even as we talk about the laws and regulations around road safety. We've had Kenyans, pedestrians, passengers, in whichever capacity, come on set to talk about the road safety, and it's always been matters corruption that makes it very difficult to achieve road safety. We appreciate your boldness and you taking action as the association to actually now sue individuals and have, you know, justice directly given to the people. I would ask you if you have confidence, therefore, in the judiciary as an independent arm of the government, that here we will have solutions.
Let me say we have started having that confidence with our judiciary, because you see, like what happened with the BBI, and I'm not saying that I was not supporting it, but you know, we start having that confidence. And one thing in this country, if you want things to go right, you have to go to the court, because even if they will bribe there, but there is something properly written, because in our country, we have policies.
Yes,
so
we do.
what you are taking this somebody to court, you are using what it is, what we have. These are the policies. What are you doing about these policies? We have a body like that NTSA. We fought for that body to be formed. But now we have individuals there who are so much corrupt. Why do we have to disband the whole of NTSA because of some few people? So this is why we have said it is better if we sue those people. And then we see what the judiciary will do. We know, of course, corruption is up to the level of our courts.
Yes.
But that is where we have hope now, because we have tried everything. We have written our letters even to the president, because, and it is obvious, we have a CS, a transport CS. Where is he? We have never even heard him talking about road safety. But we will hear him talking about rail, where there is money. But anything to do with the lives of Kenyans, we have never heard him. You remember we had only one, Michuki.
Yes,
What different did he do? He just did his work. He did not come with his own law. The policies were there.
All right.
But he made sure that he enforced what was there, what is in our books. But are we enforcing? Is our CS enforcing? No. What about the people? And this time, the association is talking about the senior most people.
All right.
Those are the people who should be sued, because we want even the president to tell us, why did you give us this years? We have lost so many people. Comparing since Macharia sat on that docket, we have lost a big number of people. What is his work? If he cannot save Kenyans' life, why is he there? Then why can't we have a ministry? If he must be there, we can have an internal transport for our own roads.
All right.
Because, like, for instance, I want to give you an example, not only Macharia. Look at our design roads.
Yeah, we've talked
they
about
are killing.
killer design roads,
You see,
yes.
and we have engineers. Do we have to go and import engineers from China to come and tell us, change this design? We have about 105 black spots. And the government, they go there and write, this is a black spot. Why? Why is it a black spot? You should know. Maybe it is just the road design.
Okay.
And then we solve that problem. And when a place is called a black spot, it means more than 100 people have died there on that one spot.
Okay.
Why do we let these things happen?
Why do we let these things happen is a question we're asking this very, minute, and I want to hear your feedback. But of course, that's the end of Arrive Alive. So I would love to welcome you back again. A lot of pending issues as we are speaking. We will come back with you, if you're available tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and following closely on the judicial aspect of road safety. Also appreciating the judiciary for what they're doing for the country. Let me know if this was satisfactory for you. It is always inconclusive when it comes to matters road safety. At the end of the day, is it a wake-up call? Have you, experienced an eye-opener discussion this very hour? And of course, Joyce Kimari just saying the same thing. If there is a minister, if the minister is there, where is he or she? Just the same question you're asking, why are they quiet? We're about to get those answers as we follow of course, Kenya Road Safety Association, the Road Safety Association of Kenya. I'm with the chairperson right here, just talking about where is the action. And they're saying we're losing so many lives on the road. It's about that time that we now have to face the arm of the executive against the Mwananchi right in the judiciary corridors. And of course, Honorable Boni Faith Ann is coming in shortly for the big conversation, where we delve deeper, we continue on that discussion, and we ask ourselves, the fuel subsidy, the crisis mystery, is it a wake-up call for Kenyans as we are speaking, sir? You want to say, your last words, your last remarks, pardon me, to the viewer right there as we close the show, just in 1 minute, so we can get into the big conversation.
Thank you very much. One, I want to talk to the viewer. When we talk about road safety, you are also involved, and it is our responsibility, and also your responsibility, to make sure that you are safe and you save another person. Please, let us all make sure that we follow the traffic rules.
It's as simple as that. That is Mr. Njoroge giving you his final word. Be on the right side of the law. Follow the traffic rules. I am excited about enthusiastic people like you, sir, and the association that's really vocal and taking action, because as I always say, You lose one teacher. How many years did you put in? How much effort, how much school fee, how much love bestowed upon that person that you cannot compensate with actually imprisoning another person? You can never compare a life to one mistake, to 50 shillings bribe. How about you think about that? Is it eye-opening for you? Thank you for watching The Arrive Alive. We come back with a big conversation. Still, stay tuned, and your voice is the power.
Sasa hizi maneno umejifunga juu kwa smart, ona venye sasa unakaa.
Yaani mwenyewe huwezi understand fashion yangu nikikwambia. Shenzi sana.
Oh, wewe aje hapo niwekewe chai, ukunywe uende job. Utaki kuambiwa makosa yako yenye unafanya kwa hii nyumba. Hata yenyewe ukunywi. Wanaume, mbona hamna roho?